Last year, Jack Daniels gave me one of my favorite whiskeys of all time in Jack Daniels 10-Year Batch 2. Today, we are getting to try Jack Daniels 10-Year Batch 3. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today I have a bottle I am probably the most excited to try this year, except for another bottle that's right behind me that will be to Wednesday's video. And that bottle is Jack Daniels 10-Year Batch 3. I am so excited about this. Jack Daniels 10-Year Batch 2 is one of my favorite bourbons, whatever, whiskey, however you want to classify Jack Daniels, one of my favorite whiskeys of all time. And I have heard nothing but crazy reviews about Jack Daniels 10-Year Batch 3. So let's go ahead, shut up, and get into it. If you don't know much about Jack Daniels 10-Year, it is a 10-year aged statement whiskey from Jack Daniels. It has the same mash bill as the Jack Daniels 12-year. It is 80% corn, 12% malted barley, and 8% rye. It still does the standard Jack Daniels charcoal mellowing Lincoln County process that you see in every other Jack Daniels product, just with the age statement. Now, as you can see, I have not opened this yet, and I'm excited. Also, a little teaser, if you end up liking this review, make sure you subscribe down below, because I'm also getting Jack Daniels 12-Year Batch 2, and I'll be picking that up on Sunday. So I'll be able to do a review of that as well. But like I said in the intro, this is one of my favorite whiskey releases of 2023, and I'm hoping that the 10-year, I'm hoping it's great. I'm also hoping that it's not my favorite, because I have 3 bottles of Jack Daniels 10-Year Batch 2, and I don't want to love this one so much. I doubt I'm able to find another one, so I hope that I like the Batch 2 better. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this like all week. Let's go ahead and get into it on the nose. Okay. A little pipe tobacco on there. Some barrel char. Some really aged oak. A little sweeter than I remember the Batch 2 being on the nose. That one had more of like of a leather note to it. This one smells absolutely fantastic, I gotta be honest. I love the nose. Super deep caramel too. That char note is something that I don't recall in Batch 2. I remember it being really tobacco-y and leathery and oaky, but this is this is like a barrel char almost kind of note. I'm really liking it. It smells fantastic. Oh my God, it's so good. Man, that smells heavenly. Caramel. That caramel's coming through more and more the more it sits out. That is just fantastic. I want to do a side-by-side with this, and I'm going to do that in a separate video because I want to give this bottle the attention that it deserves, since it's something that I'm just so into and excited about. So I'm gonna do that eventually, but we'll get to that when we get to it. All right, let's give it a mouthing and see how we feel. Man, this comes in at 97 proof, by the way, for anyone who's curious. They all have. All of the Jack Daniels 10 years have come in at 97 proof. You know what's funny? The only review I have seen of this as the time of this recording was Randy Sullivan, who's been on the podcast before, a great guy. He said that he remembered this is sweeter than Jack Batch 2. I disagree. I think this is a lot less sweet, actually. It's way more oaky than I remember it being. Still sweet, way more oaky, way heavy tobacco and char notes on the palate. I really love it, but I still think I like Batch 2 better. I'm gonna have to do a blind for sure, but I had some just the other day. So it's not like I haven't had any in a while and I'm like misremembering. I had some just the other day. This tastes way different than Batch 2 to me. I love it. And I almost think it's something that you shouldn't compare, because then you do this thing in your game about which one's better, so this isn't as good. So I'm kind of doing something I don't like to do anyway when I'm reviewing a bottle. So let's just stick to this bottle for now. This bottle is super oaky. There's some serious char notes on the palate on this. There's definitely that banana note that comes through, but this is way more oaky. Way more oaky. And I would even venture to say if you're not a fan of oaky flavored whiskeys, this might not be for you because it's pretty oaky. That's awesome. I really like it. It's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a little more sweetness out of it, but it is really, really good. It's fantastic. I wish it was a little sweeter, but other than that, it is just absolutely delicious. So, Jack Daniel's, you knocked it out of the park again. I can't imagine this isn't in the conversation for me personally for bottles of the year, but it is absolutely delicious. If you can get your hands on this, it retails around 75. Is it 75? I think it's 85. 85 bucks. Don't pay secondary for these. They are not $500 good. I don't think anything is $500 good if you're objectively drinking the bourbon. Having it on your shelf is a different conversation, but if we're being objective about what's in the bottle, nothing is worth $500 in my opinion. If you can find this around retail, I would probably, the most I would spend on this is probably about $125, $130. You could talk me into $150. But don't go out of your way and spend an absorbent amount of money on these. If you can find this, definitely get your hands on it. I'm a big Jack Daniel's fan. Big Jack Daniel's fan. So this lived up to my expectations. I absolutely adore it. And I cannot wait to try Jack 12 year. Before we get out of here, thank you guys for watching. Please comment down below and let me know if you've tried any of the Jack Daniel's 10 or 12 years. Let me know what you thought about them. Subscribe and leave a like while you're down there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers.